Hey short sellers, welcome to Quad S Trading, and if you want to know how we made 136% in the month of June, the answer is very simple. It's one indicator at quadstrading.com. We are also offering a 7-day free trial for our Elite Trader subscription, which gives you access to live trading, the signals of the alerts for the indicator, and our premium channels for chats and scanners. At the end of the video, I will also include a free strategy for you guys, so stay tuned. I will go over that at the end of the day because it happened on this day here. We have an example for you. Okay, so INLF, this one here, it was actually a pretty rough day. It was a BP trade, which we got stopped out, so we lost 34%. Now, this is 30% on the actual trade, but on the account size itself, it's minus 3.4%. Okay, and then we do a recovery trade. Right, recovery trade, and the label here for our indicator tells you when to get in, how many shorts, what's your stop loss, and what's your cover based on your account size. So if, for example, you had a 5K account, you would just remove, like you just do this divide by 10 because this is based on a 50K account. So you'd be doing 80 shares instead of 808 shares. Okay, then we had a recovery trade, which halted, boom, we got wicked out, and then it did another recovery trade, and we covered this one here for 22%. So that was that one there, and then we had JLHL. Now, most of these trades today were wicked out, which sucks. Like, see, wicked out. The other one was a wick out. So this is a BP on this candle right here. It comes up, boom, we get wicked out. We end up with a new strategy called the OP, which is open pump, is what it's called, and we cover at the SMA 2, just above the SMA 200, for a nice profit here of 20%. So on this trade here, we lost 11%. Then we had ZYBT. Let's have a look on the 5th. Now, when we have a stock that gaps up like this, we have rules in place to skip certain trades because historically, if it gaps up, the stock can go crazy. It can gap up, gap down a couple times, gap up, make new highs, go nuts. So we just skip certain trades and we take the ones that are most profitable on the backside, and that would be a MMP trade. So essentially, the stock, all this one wanted to do was just hit the current monthly pivot, squeeze out a few people here, and then just go right back down to pretty much where it started. So this one here is a missed monthly pivot play at 288, and it gives you your shares, 1,700 shares, stop loss, cover, and you're covered right here at the SMA 200 for 36%. So a lot of these trades here were able to recoup some of our losses, but our big loser was INLF. Now YXT, this one here also stopped us out. Right, so we had an early entry, early BP. It came down to the midpoint, bounced right off the midpoint. So the midpoint is very common, where it comes very close to it, it will touch it wherever, and it will bounce right off of it, which is exactly what happened here. See all these gaps, right? Gaps up, gap down, goes crazy, gaps up again, gap up, gap down, gap up. Like, it's like holy smokes! And some of these are pretty nasty. We've seen them since since June. Pretty much since the PDD changed, where there's at least one or two of these that go crazy every week. And then at the end here, we do have a REM trade to recuperate some of our losses. But if I go in the 1 minute chart, and this is the one that's what we call a 4 p.m. halt. Okay, so it's pretty much a stock that halts after 3:30 p.m. Like, it halts a couple times, right? So there's your halt right here, and there's a halt right here, and the stock is way up, right? So I wouldn't do this on a stock that would be up like 50%. These things have to be way up there. Maybe not necessarily 900%, but anything in the like 1 or 200% is more than enough. And then if I were to change this to the 1 minute chart, and let me go on the 5th like this, you will see. Ignore this REM here, because that's for the from the 5 minute chart. But we have a halt strategy right here, right? So it tells me to short right here. And it tells you how many, 21 shares at $23. Your stop loss is 34, and your cover is at the end of the day, always end of the day on these ones here. So we were able to recuperate 39%. Now, if you're in this halt trade, you obviously don't take the REM trade. Okay, it's one or the other. So here's the halt. Boom, there's your entry, and there's your exit at 39. So this was able to recuperate all of your losses for almost all your losses from YXT. We're still short 10%, but at least this day here, we were able to recoup some of our losses from the INFL, JLHL, and the YXT. So this is the halt strategy. It's very simple. The stock goes bananas. It halts like crazy. It halts after 3:30 p.m. and the strategy is very simple. You wait for the first 1 minute red candle. There it is. That's your entry. Your stop loss is high of day plus 7.5%. So it would be 34.74 right here. So there's a roughly a 50% loss if you were to take this loss, and your profit is at the right before close. Now, this reason why this is very, very risky is because in a after hours you cannot do a stop market order, so you have to do a limit stop. Now, if you do a limit stop, this thing can easily gap over. Like if you let's say you do a stop at $34, this could easily gap over your limit price. If you set that at $34.50 or at $35, it could gap over because these things have no halts in the after hours. So it is very high risk. I'm letting you right now, but the profitability is really high. And if you were to look, for example, PLAG, when was this here? Let's just have a look for it. Let me just find it for you. You guys will remember this trade. It was nasty, but look, same story here, right? Let's just zoom in here. PLAG. First red candle, boom, that's your entry. And look at this thing. This thing tanked hard. 73% win with the halt strategy. So anyways, if you like what you see, head over to our Discord. We do have that 7-day trial. Hit me up. I do live chats with anybody who has any questions, who would like to join. I do screen shares. I show you guys things around. But anyways, if you like what you see, head over to the Discord, and we'll see you in the next one.